All right, so let's get into what is it? Spectator interest list for worlds. I'll let
Yep.
you read the article or whatever. I just had a question about this before we get into it. Though. Did they do this last year? What was it like last year?
It was not. I think I don't remember for sure, but I think
It
they
was a
just
lottery
said
system last year, right?
yeah, I think they said it's like going out this day, sign up. I don't remember for sure though.
I feel like it was a lottery system last year. I could be wrong. I feel like they did do a lottery system
Yeah, we're
for.
kind of bad at remembering these things because it's
Yeah,
not stuff that we have to do. So it's like not an experience we've had to go through, but we know it's like a pretty important thing and also something that a lot of people generally are interested in knowing more about.
it's really weird that they call it an interest list, but you can go ahead and read through the thing to let people get more informed about it.
Yeah, so it just says spectator interest list. Step one, add your name to the interest list for an opportunity to register for a spectator pass. I'm not going to read everything this says.
Yeah,
Step
yeah.
two, look for an email, register, and purchase if you are contacted. And then it gives a bunch of details. And the registration fee for one multi-day spectator pass is 99 USD. And then for a single
Hmm.
day pass, it is 39 USD. And then for competitors, they do provide this information. All qualified invited competitors who join us in Anaheim will receive a competitor pass and two complimentary multi day spectator passes for their named guests, which I think is the exact same thing they did last year.
Yeah, we got 2 last year. Hopefully, this time they don't make you have to go with the people who are gonna get the passes. That's, like, really annoying because a lot of times, like, the last 2 years, I think for me, like, I met up with, like, friends or, like,
It's just
friend
another thing you had to coordinate, right?
yeah, like, family of friends or something like that, and it's like, I definitely wanna, like, hook them up with the passes, but it's like having to, like, meet up with them and coordinate with them to all be together. That's kind of annoying. I kind of get it, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's necessary. Like, couldn't you just, like couldn't I just input their information online, and then they just show up with their ID or whatever and be like, "This is I'm me, and then my name is on the list for spectator passes.
Yeah.
Me this like, why do I need to be there with them? I don't think it really there should be a system where that doesn't need to exist, basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a little weird. Or just let
Yeah.
me pick up 2 passes and then give them to whoever I want. That would also be fine as well. But they do say,
Well, I think they're
uh,
trying to limit the like scalping as much as possible with
yeah,
it.
yeah, I guess that is fair, to try and limit this guy. But then just let me, like, put in 2 names online for my spectator passes and let people show up with their IDs to pick up their spectator passes. Like, that
Yeah.
shouldn't be that hard. And that I guess, like, that still maybe reduces scalping a little bit, right? Because 'Cause you'd have to, like, meet up with the person, but it's kinda like the same thing at that point, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess they call it an interest list, and I was like, "Do you have to, like, fill out" I was gonna click join the interest list. I wasn't actually gonna join it just to see what information they make you fill out. Is there like a like, is there like a do you fill out some sort of information that would lead you to not being able to make it through? I assume it's just like a lottery, basically.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's just like email and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I
okay.
would assume so at least.
Yeah.
And then they also posted as well opportunity for people who are media slash creators to apply for passes as well. And I actually saw some people posting about like submitting it on Twitter and hearing back really quickly. So I mean, I think that's kind
Yeah.
of a good thing as well. Like, it's a bummer because I think most of the people who I saw, like the one I saw was Cora Gorgio, the ex commentator. She applied for one and got like denied right away. I think it was like within a couple hours. So it's kind of a bummer to hear that you get denied, but also at the same time, you'd rather hear quickly so that you know, like, oh, I just need to make sure, like, if I get the interest list, I should join in.
Yeah. I assume they wanna do that as soon as possible, yeah, so they could give you the opportunity to get a spectator badge or even maybe decide to, like, be like, "You know what? Well, maybe I'll try and compete a little bit harder for the rest of the season and try and get my Worlds invite or something." That could be the route some people take. But just yeah, letting you know as soon as possible whether you made it or didn't is, that's definitely nice of them to just get out of the way.
Now, one thing about this is that this is a lot more expensive than it has been in the past for a World Spectator Pass.
What was it last year?
I saw someone say $40. I don't know for sure, but I did see that on Twitter somewhere. I don't know like the facts though.
Yeah, I wonder if, like, we can, like, look up, um, that
Probably
information
not.
easily. It's so hard whenever you, like, try and Google stuff about past
Yeah.
worlds or regionals, it's really hard to find those pages. It's like they don't exist.
Yeah,
Honestly,
they,
it's
like
possible they don't. Like
they just route you to the current stuff, yeah.
yeah, exactly. I'm sure it's archived somewhere, but I don't know if it's, like, easy to access.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, 100 yeah, it definitely is quite a bit more. Um, hopefully this means that they're gonna try and have more going on at the events. Hopefully that's part of it, part of the reason for the increase in price. They're gonna have hopefully more stuff for people to do who are just going there to spectate. I mean, they always have the Pokemon Center, right? And the last couple of years, I feel like they've done a lot in terms of maybe
Okay,
even since London. Go ahead.
I did find the Spectator Pass info for last year. This is on the Elite Four forum or Elite Forum. I don't remember what it's called. Elite Forum, yeah. Which is a big collecting forum, like old school. Single day passes, 14.99. Multi day passes were 39.99.
Yeah, so over double the price,
Yeah,
is quite a bit,
big time
and
increase.
it was in Hawaii last year, which is a lot more expensive to, like, run stuff or just to kind of exist there. So, hopefully this means they are gonna have, like, more stuff going on. I feel like that since London, they have done a good job of, like, having I don't know, I guess maybe since Japan. I mean, some of the stuff you did kind of have to, like, get into a lottery with, like, the parades and stuff like that they had going on. Um,
Yeah, that was a big thing in Japan because I
yeah.
remember trying to sign up for like everything and got nothing.
I think they had stuff like that in Hawaii as well. Maybe not quite as
They
big.
I think they did have that stuff in Hawaii, but yeah, it was not there. I don't like there was a drone show,
I
but
saw that.
I think they
Yeah.
did it every single night, and so they never there wasn't like tickets or anything to get in.
Yeah.
Like it was free.
Yeah.
So hopefully
So,
they'll do something similar to that. I mean, the convention center area, like there's like so many hotels out in this kind of like one area. So like the way it was in Hawaii, it's like they basically took over one of the resorts, like had all kinds of
yeah.
activities and stuff happening at the Waikiki beach area, right? Is what it was. So maybe they'll do something similar at this one as well. I hope so at least.
Yeah. Hopefully there's a lot going on for that kind of price point. Actually, I didn't even notice. I didn't realize it was that much more expensive. I didn't see anyone like it seems like one of those things that I would have seen people complaining about on Twitter, but I didn't see a single person actually mention that, to be honest.
I just saw
Maybe
one or
that's
two, I think.
because of the next thing we're going to be talking about here in a second that a lot of people were definitely complaining about. But yeah, hopefully that is. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like if it sells out every year, even if they increase the price, they're not going to really lower the price. But hopefully, they're maybe keeping that kind of in mind. The only way that they would ever like be like, "Ooh, maybe we should lower the price," is if it isn't selling out, right?
Mhm.
But hopefully, this over 200 or was it 200% increase um, means that they are going to have or over 100% increase. That means that they're going to have a lot more going on at the convention center, near the convention center, stuff like that. Other things that people can do and access with their spectator passes. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm not really one to like jump to complain if we haven't actually seen what they're offering us for the price point. They're giving us a price point. It's one of those things where they would no one like as far as like an industry goes, like no one's ever telling you exactly everything that's going on this soon before the event actually happens. So
Right.
kind of have to wait and see. And then, people maybe this will discourage some people from wanting to go to next year's Worlds if they're paying $100 and they don't feel like it's worth $100 price point, and it's the same price next year. So
I've got a pretty good feeling based on the trend of the last couple years, there's gonna be plenty to do.
yeah,
So,
hopefully,
I'm optimistic at least about that, and that's me saying that, not knowing anything. Genuinely not knowing anything. I know a
no
lot
one's
of
gonna
people
believe.
don't I know people don't believe that, but it's true.
Yeah, no one's gonna believe you, but yeah.